Hey guys, it's me. I'm back with another Supergirl review. Back to normal videos, or at least some semblance of normal. Like I said in my last video, sorry for not doing the last episode. I go into it there, but anyway, if you want to know my opinion, quick little opinion, it was good, but it was the worst that the show has been. I didn't like a few things that they did here and there, and it got to be a little too predictable and a little too blah. But oh boy, this week they knocked it out of the park. They somehow went from the worst to the best. Yep, I'm going ahead and spoiling my review for you. I think this was the best episode so far. Alright, there were three plots in this one. So, well, there were two main plots and one subplot. And so, for quickness sake, and so I don't go blah 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 for hours, I'm going to split them up and talk about them individually. First, the subplot, which granted did seem a little out of place, but it wasn't bad. And it was a good something for these characters to do. Because the first subplot is Cat Grant offers Lucy Lane a job to be her lawyer. And then there is some turmoil when she tells James, almost called him Jimmy. And so there's a little bit of fighting between them, and then it is resolved in the end because James reveals that it's not because she's working with him, it's because she's happy about it, and he is not happy at Catco in his current position, and he wants to get back into the field. Now, granted, he means back into the field being a reporter, like he was in the comics with Lois, but I have a theory or two that might lead to him wanting to be in the field as a certain metal hero in the Superman universe. If you know who that is, you know who I'm talking about. Wields a certain hammer, and no, it's not Thor. Anyway, that was the minor subplot. The secondary plot involved Alex, Hank, Slash, John, and Maxwell Lord. They were wanting to find out what Maxwell Lord was doing, and so Alex pries John into using his powers to find out what's in the mystery room from last time. And so he does, and he finds her. The girl that we saw previously in an episode, don't think I'd talk about it. But in case you don't know, little spoiler here, skip ahead if you don't want to hear. That's Bizarro Supergirl. Anyway, so he finds out about her, and he's going to take her away, but then a guy gets in his way, and he is forced to do something that he said that he'd never do again, which is wipe a guy's mind. Ooh, they're getting into so many of Sean's powers in this, and it's awesome. He even phased in this one, walked through a wall. That was awesome. Anyway, so they find out that he's doing something with this mysterious girl. But there's now a rift between Alex and John because he had to do the mind wipe, sorry. I'm thinking of Vulcan. But anyway, the big plot for the episode basically just involved Kara and Win. Holy crap. Win's father, who is Toyman, gets set free from prison. Well, he doesn't get set free. He escapes on his own using a kick-ass yo-yo, which I never thought I'd say. So the father escapes. Supergirl confronts him. He used some trickery to get away. Then Win basically says, kill him. She says, no. And then they talk back and forth. And then they have a really emotional, right in the field conversation about how she relies on him and they have a special connection. And it's getting really emotional. And what does he do? He kisses her. Thank you finally for addressing this elephant that Win is clearly in love with Kara. But they don't say it. He goes off embarrassed because she doesn't kiss him back. And she's frankly just surprised that he kissed her. So he leaves, but he gets abducted by his dad. His dad tells him, you kill this guy or I'll set off 10 random bombs. So Win, not wanting to kill other people and set up the bombs, uses it, basically goes to go kill the guy. At the last minute, he can't do it, but since he's got a toy gun, yes, the toy man built him a toy gun that actually kills, but he has a gun pointed at someone. The FBI shoot him, but boom, Kara comes in, bulletproof, dodges all the bullets for him. Then she does some really cool on the spot thinking after Wynn tells her about the bombs. And so she hides everyone behind a point, sets off the sprinklers, then uses her freeze breath to freeze the sprinklers into an ice wall to protect everyone from a bomb. That was awesome. And so they save the day. Toyman goes back into prison. And then at the end, to resolve all this plot going on, Kara tries to act like nothing's happened. Nothing at all. But Wynn can't do it, and so they have an emotional heart to heart where he's like, my father held in all his feelings for many years, and so that's eventually he broke because of it. I don't want to do that, so I have to let you know that I'm in love with you, and I have been before you even Supergirl. And so they're like, I don't know where this is gonna leave us in our friendship, but he had to do it anyway, which is understandable. And I'm glad that they finally addressed that elephant in the room. Then it goes off. Well, first, Kara, we find out that anytime she's stressed and needs to think and clear her head, she flies, which is pretty cool. And then she meets Alex for pizza and Game of Thrones. And I forgot to mention part of the Alex and Hank subplot was the fact that Alex had to have a romantic dinner date with Maxwell Lord. Well, Lord put a camera on her purse. So now Lord knows that Kira is Supergirl. Which, ooh. Also, when Hank went in and did his thing earlier, I forgot to mention this, he knocked out all the cameras. But Maxwell Lord had secret cameras. So I don't think he knows that it was Hank that infiltrated his secret base, but that something alien, which that was a thing about the Alex John subplot, is he didn't want to do it because he didn't want to get found out. And so it looks like that might snap him in the butt, and snap Alex, who convinced him to do it, in the butt as well. And there we go. We have the whole episode. Bam. It was really good. I mean, really good. The guy who they got to play Wynn's father, oh, he was really creepy, and he did a really good job. And I'm glad they didn't kill him, which means he can come back. And maybe next time he might force Wynn to do more than just express feelings, like get Wynn out in the field. Anyway, thanks for joining me for another Supergirl review. I will be making this a regular thing again. I swear it this time. Anyway, hope you will join me next time where I don't know what I'll be doing. I have several ideas going on in my head, and also I want to start reviewing that new show that's coming out soon, Legends of Tomorrow. So I don't know what's next, but whatever it is, I'll see you then. See ya.